Inside. Useless. Absolutely useless. What's up, folks? I'm guessing you were expecting to see KG. Unlucky, you've got me. All right. The main man is on set tonight. Uh, he is an actor. He does have a job. We don't complain about you and your job, do we? No, he's an actor. Can't be here tonight, but you got the second best thing, which is me. And you don't have to listen to me talk about Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire tonight because they weren't playing. Although somehow they probably will find their way into the discussion, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, it's the 5 things deep. But before we get into that, what we'll do is we're going to send out the link. My main man, Rich, will be in the background. He's going to be letting me know what the topics of conversation are, who wants to come on, all those sort of things. So let me fire that into the chat right now. Also, like and subscribe. Make sure you've liked the video. There's not enough likes in here. There's tons of viewers, but not enough likers. It's not good enough. So I'm going to fire the link into the chat here. There it is. And I am indeed KG the comedian tonight. In case you were wondering why the accent was different, yeah, it's me. It's Bradley. It's iFast with Bradley. It's United Fan TV. Drop a bomb. I also don't have the little machine that KG's got, unfortunately. So all the noises I will actually just have to make by myself. If you don't like them, I don't really care. Useless. Absolutely useless. Inside. So if anybody's got a good point to make, I won't be leaning forward and press the button like KG does. I will just indeed be making that stupid noise with my mouth. And I hope it sounds good. And if it doesn't, well, there's nothing they can do about it now. Anyway, let's get into the show. And KG, if you're watching in the background or you're watching in the future, you owe me £1 million for doing this. Okay? Yeah, no problem. So we'll get into it. Shout out to the Durex gang. Shout out to the free seats. And then we'll get into the first thing deep. I'm not as smooth as KG, so it's going to be a bit slower. The first thing deep is what is going on with Man United and set pieces. It has been a theme for years. I don't know when the last time we've been good at set pieces. It potentially was Rio and Vidic's partnership back in the day, where we've been in the use at set pieces, but it's getting worse and worse. And already, I should have like a little alarm that goes ding, 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 Harry Maguire alert. Even with Harry Maguire, who's this big towering centre back that's going to come in, take control of things, get the head out. I'm not going to slap about him. I can't. He wasn't even playing. But anyway, all across the board, goalkeepers, fullbacks, centre backs, useless, absolutely useless at centre back. Awful. We need to get somebody in, a coach that is specifically based on set pieces, somebody that's going to get us away from zonal marking. Ollie, if you're watching this right now, get zonal marking out of my club, right? The first thing to get out of the club is Ed Woodward. Second thing is Glazers. The third thing is zonal marking on set pieces. All right? Good. Number 2. Our very obvious lack of depth. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not as smooth as KG. I said it. Number 2, our very obvious lack of depth in our squad. We seen it last week when we took the fullbacks off and Roma just ran rampant. The game was sort of 50-50. We looked good at times, they looked good at times, but the game could have went either way. Half-time, the fullbacks get changed and everything falls apart. As soon as we go past the 14, 15, 16 first team reliable players that Ollie has, we turn into a mid-table team like an Arsenal or a QPR. Hi, Rich. So apart from that, yeah, the lack of strength and depth is really, you really see it in games like today where, and it is why a lot of people have complained to Ollie about what is going on and the consistency of his teams. Everybody's saying he should be rotating the squad more, but at the same time, you don't know how good these secondary players are in the background. So he's just saying, flip, I hope they don't die. I hope they don't get injured. I nearly said the D word there. It's terrible. Maguire got injured there. Apparently, there's rumors out there, and as much as a bad thing I say about Maguire, I do think he's still a good squad player for us. Apparently, he's out for the rest of the season in a position that we are very lacking in anyway. But as soon as we scratch past the surface and have to go back into our secondary players, we turn into a completely different team. And it's why Ollie has to rely on the first team players that we have. The third point, so I'm going to be a bit more positive here in this situation. Man City don't get to celebrate live winning the league. We've all known that they were going to win it for months now, but they don't get to celebrate it live. So I'm happy about that, but mixed emotions because we still did lose. That we physically lost the title today, but we already knew it was going to be. Oh wait, I didn't go to 3. Flip's sake, KG. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, it could have been worse. But at least we don't get to see the images of them jumping and shouting at full time and going, yeah, and doing laps around the pitch and all these sort of things. So at least they didn't get to do that. And some people are saying, they won the league without even kicking a ball. What even is that sentence? Of course they kicked the ball. They've played 35 games so far. They've kicked lots of balls. Unfortunately, a lot of them went into the nets, but they kicked a lot of balls. But anyway, yeah. They didn't get to celebrate it. They didn't get that euphoria of winning it on the pitch. They didn't have all the fans around celebrating with them and going mad at full time and a big pitch invasion, even though that doesn't really happen nowadays. But anyway, we'll go past there. A bit more positive as well. Fourth thing, deep. That lineup today was a clean and clear message to the Premier League from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What they have done in the aftermath of the ESL has done nothing for the clubs, as in the fans and the players and the managers of the clubs that were involved that had nothing to do with it. They have seen fit to punish Man United for what happened. They haven't punished the Glazers. They haven't punished Ed Woodward. They've punished us as fans who sat there to watch that game. To be put into a game like this and we're playing again in 48 hours. They've punished us. They've punished the players, who are already at the end of the strangest season in the history of all football, who have played 2 or 3 games a week, midweek, every single week, bar 1 or 2, which is unheard of. They're expecting those players to play, was it 4 games in 7 days or 5 games in 10 days, whatever way you want to look at it, a ridiculous amount. What did they expect to happen? I don't know whether they even cared, but the integrity of football today has been destroyed by what they have done to this fixture today and the Liverpool fixture. There's no reason that I can see. Obviously, there may be reasons in the background. There's no reason I can see why they didn't play that game on the Monday after. It could have been on neutral ground, because what's the difference? It did need to be played in Old Trafford. Could have been played the very next day, but they seen fit to punish Man United as a whole for what the owners did, and it's not acceptable. That was supposed to be a positive point. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, point number 5, and then we'll open up the chat. Hold on. Number 5. I refuse today to blame any player on that pitch. It is not any of those players' fault that we lost today. In my opinion, they gave a good account of themselves the whole game. There may have been accidents here and mistakes there and lack of concentration there and then. But what do you expect from players that play 3, 4, 5, maybe 9 for the likes of Bailly games in a whole season against a team that is currently sitting in third, that have everything to play for? These players today are only playing for their position in the squad. But if you put that up against a third place team as good as Leicester is, what do you expect to happen? So I can't see fit to blame any single player today for the result. The only person I could blame, or only thing that I can blame, is the Premier League. And it's tough enough on them, but to put us Tuesday after playing Sunday and we're playing Thursday again, I can't blame the players. But anyway, enough of my rambling. We'll get into the chat. So what we'll do is I'm not as smooth. The link's in the chat, guys. The studio's full at the minute, but we'll get through some calls. As soon as you've done your call, make sure you leave the chat again. I see some regular faces in here. Don't see any new ones, but we'll hammer through the regulars here. But the first guy we're gonna I pressed the wrong button. KG, you deserve a medal, son. Anyway, we'll get the main guy on here first. The main man, Rich, and anybody when you're into the studio, Rich is going to be letting me know what you've got to say. So speak to him as if you're speaking to me normally. Here's what we'll do. We'll bring the main man, Rich, on. Rich, how's it going, big son?
Good evening, brothers. How you doing?
I need to take a drink here. My mouth's all dry. I'm sure you can hear
it. Good evening, everyone in the free seats, the comment section. You know, you guys, obviously, we're not doing too good at the moment ourselves. I believe we're losing 2-1 to Southampton. But moving on quickly.
You're playing right now and you're here watching this. You're watching me pretend to be KG.
Absolutely.
Right, Rich.
To be fair, this comment section's is good luck. It's good vibes.
So what did you deep today?
I'm going to pick you up on, I believe it was a fourth point about the integrity of the league. Yes, I feel that the integrity of the league has been compromised by Ollie's decision. I fully understand why he's had to do what he's had to do. And this is all on the Premier League. You know, it's so unfortunate that a club like yourself, yes, you've got a big squad, but to play 4 games in like 7 days is mad.
I wouldn't even. I don't think it's fair to say we've got a big squad. In terms of if you judge us against the other big 6, and big is that even a thing now? Because we've got Arsenal, who are, what are they, like 21st or something? But in terms of the big players, we don't have a big squad. If you're going against the other teams that the Liverpool and Man City that are also playing in the same amount of competitions as us, we don't have a larger squad than them. And I think if you go per game, per squad member, I don't think we're like, you've got tons and tons of choices of who you want to play. And then what we've got as well is you've got a huge drop off in terms of quality. So if you're playing so often and your best players, the ones that are first on your team sheet, and no matter if I like Harry Maguire or not, which I do like him, and I don't. No, people know my opinion on it. But no matter if you like him, he's been played to the point where he's been run into the ground and apparently now possibly injured at the end of the season. It's not fair considering we're supposed to be fighting on all fronts. So I don't think it's fair to say United, because we've got a big squad, we should be able to cope with this amount of games in this amount of days, especially given the backdrop of COVID, where everything, the season is so condensed already as it is. I'm not sure that's fair to say, but I do get what you're saying. Continue, please.
Now, and just looking on the side of like Liverpool, I know as United fans, you're not going to care about Liverpool, but their only chance of potentially making the top 4 was really in your hands. And like I said, you probably won't care that you've screwed them over, but we're talking about the integrity of the league.
Hello, Rich, of course we care. Any opportunity we get to screw over Liverpool, we care. Trust me. Yeah, if we can delay their bus getting to their training for 10 minutes, we'll celebrate that. Anyway, continue.
You know, but now obviously, if you put the shoe on the other foot, let's just say this was to win a league title, or any other sort of stipulation. You know, you'd want every team to play their strongest side, regardless. But then you can't blame Ollie for the massive changes. You know, you got a team in 2 days.
Tell me this, Rich, as a Crystal Palace fan. If this game tonight was against you and we fielded this team, would you be thinking, the integrity of the league has been compromised because of what has happened here? Or would you be going, happy days? You know, we've a lot more chance to get more points against these now. Because no doubt that's what Leicester aren't thinking, this isn't right. We should be playing.
No, of course not. I guess for Leicester, where it's different to us, we can only judge ourselves against the best. And if I was a player playing for Crystal Palace and I'm now all of a sudden playing against Brandon Williams as opposed to Wan-Bissaka, I'm annoyed. So I guess the players will be thinking, what's going on here? I would rather play against the Brunos, the Pogbas, the Cavani's than against, and no disrespect, but obviously now Ahmad, I believe he had a young guy in, Elanga.
Anthony Elanga, yep, Swedish,
You know,
Swedish Donny, as they say.
to obviously get an appearance, but that's not who I came to. I came to play against Manchester United.
They call him a Swedish Donny, but he gets more minutes than the Dutch Donny that we have at the club.
Oh, he's getting it rough, boy.
No, good call, Rich. We'll move it on. We'll get some folks in.
Really.
What how's Crystal Palace doing at the minute? What's going to happen with them? No, Fulham are already down. Is there any chance of you going down? Because that'd be amazing. I'd love to see that. Just so we can speak to you and just say no.
All 3 teams have been relegated, so we're all right for another season.
Points deductions. Can we do that?
Nah.
What have you done wrong? Can we get Crystal Palace deducted points anyway?
You wouldn't want that.
No, I like Crystal Palace, and I'm gonna take another call here, Rich. But what I will say, and I said to you before, the last time I was at Old Trafford, we played against you guys, and you beat us in the last couple of minutes. Dan James scored a world class goal in the top corner and went off to celebrate. And Martial and Rashford, they ran after him and grabbed him by the shirt and said, "Come on, it's one each." And then you went and scored anyway. So I was fuming.
We don't do too bad against you guys, so
yeah, good record against us. But Rich, you be in the background.
100%.
You probably not do as good a job as I do, but we're not all perfect.
I do my best. I've sent you that list already anyway.
Yeah, good stuff.
Sweet.
Name man, Rich. Right. So Rich obviously can't tell me who's next. So I'll just pick a name out of the hat. Who have we got here? Oh, here. We're gonna go for our main man. The main man, Ferbs. He's always on, always consistent, and he's gonna let me know how much more handsome I am than KG. Ferbs, how are you, big son?
Good, Bradley. Respect.
How am I doing?
Hey, you're doing pretty good, man. I'm loving the sound effects.
Yeah, they're better than KG's, aren't they?
Yeah, live.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just
all right.
Just side note, I was your 50th subscriber today. See?
Yes.
Drop a
Ferbs,
bomb
main
for
guy. Inside. All right. Useless. Absolutely useless. Anyway, Ferbs, yes. Reminds me, everybody, subscribe to UTD Fan TV. The link is in the description. We do lots of stupid stuff. I make an idiot out of myself like I am now. Ferbs, what have you got to say today?
No, I agree with you that the league did screw us over. It was good to see the team get changed up. Actually, first half, Leicester was horrible. Leicester was really there for the taking today. They didn't realize what type of position they was in for the second year in a row, about to miss out on the top 4. And I'm not going to go too hard on it, but I definitely think with bringing on Cavani and Rashford in the second half, if we was going to turn around and do that, we probably should have tried to take the game away from them in the first 10 minutes or so. Like, give the youth a chance second half. But if it looked like what ended up happening, where it was just first 5-10 minutes was a little scrappy, but then Leicester just started coming after that. I think at that point, we probably could have took it back away from them if we would have made a couple substitutions earlier. Or if we wasn't going to worry about it, then just leave it alone. Because bringing Rashford on, Rashford's probably the last person should be coming on that pitch right now.
Yep,
his not fully fit. Everybody knows that. So to bring him on, obviously I get it when you're losing, but I don't think so. And but outside that, I ain't gonna beat up on Ali too much for that. But at the end of the day, I think they was there for the taking, but they realized first half we let them off the hook big time as far as like they were sloppy. They kept giving the ball away, and obviously our team was sharp for the fact that we hadn't played together before. Like they was trying. There was they had like 4 or 5 people at the top of the pitch pressing the ball. I was like, this is a little different. If they just get the ball in behind, it's gonna be a problem. But Leicester looked so lethargic in that first half. But teachers, huh?
Yeah, but what you got to say as well, and I agree with what you're saying 100%. Rashford should have never touched the pitch, and what it has done as well is shown the true difference between our first team and anybody that can come off the bench in a game like this.
Yeah.
Rashford has shown Diallo and Alanga, and they obviously know that they're not at that level yet. But they show you immediately the difference of quality. When Cavani and Rashford come on, the game changed. And it's hard to blame Ollie for relying on that. But this was the game to throw away. As you say, the game was already we were already sort of losing.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't really mean anything, and as I touched on in the 5 things, but they didn't get to celebrate it properly. And I
Yeah,
know Ollie
that's
hates winning things. I'm sure he hated losing the league last year to Liverpool. I'm sure
yeah.
he hated losing it this year, but he didn't lose it by that far, and they didn't get to celebrate. What do you think?
I don't know. That one's hit and miss for me. Just
Yeah.
because I know what you said earlier. I mean, as far as like you said, a lot of people say they haven't even kicked the ball and they won, and you said they have kicked a lot of ball. I agree with both points, but I guess for me, the conclusion for me is I want them winning on the end. I want them to go out and have to play a game and win. I don't want them just sitting here and watching us take an hour. Obviously, you have to take context into it and realize the Premier League screwed us over. I discussed that with KG last time. They easily could have spread the games out for us to make it a little bit fair. But, they done it to punish us. But I don't know, man. Like I said in the beginning, the sad part is that we actually still could have beat Leicester today. And the only reason I keep saying that is because we lost. Obviously, we went through with the last game in the semi-final, but we did lose it. Yes, we won against Villa, but then we lost again today. I just don't want to get too much in a mentality where it's like we're not worrying about league games, just focusing on one game, expecting to then just flick a switch and show up. Where we still keep going behind in games. I don't want to do that because I don't want to put everything on risking the whole season on second and Europa League because I don't care about second. Top four is obviously a good thing for Champions League, but I'm not a second type person. Obviously, it's better than third, but I don't care about second. If it ain't first, it don't mean nothing.
If it's not first, you're last.
Yeah,
That's what they say, isn't it?
First last. That's what they used to tell me back in the day. Yeah,
But tell me this, Ferbs, and we'll move on after this. Do you prefer them watching us go, meh, we lost tonight, but it was the second string team. They get to watch us do that and go, yay, we won. Or do you prefer them win on the pitch?
I think it takes a little bit of the gloss off of them having to watch us do, so it's probably better that way in one aspect. But like I said, I would prefer if they had to go out there and play a match and win. I don't care. Just because you know how football is, they already won the league. We all know it. But I want to see the games. I want to see the games played. Go ahead and play them out. Even against the odds where they stacked everything against us, I want to see us go out there and try to defy the odds.
Yes,
I'm old school United, and I want to see us go out there and do it, even though they stacked their back against us.
Verbs, they're still going to play that game, but at the end of that game, they'll be like, "Yay!" rather than going crazy,
No, I get it, but that's why I said I agree with you. Though. That's why I agree with you. It's probably better to take a little bit of the salt off.
Yeah. And as well, we can sort of put the blame a wee bit on the Premier League as to what they've done. Who knows how this game would have been totally different if the Premier League didn't treat it as they did. But Ferbs, great call as always. Thanks for coming on. I know you'll always be there in the comments and you'll be on the next show. Big up, my guy. Come back next time. Inside.
Respect, Bradley. Do your thing, man.
I'm not smooth. Anyway, who's up next? Let's go to my main run. Rich, who's he saying? Romeo Daly wants to talk about Ollie. Better be good. Ollie, Romeo, what's happening?
Good evening, Bradley. How are you, man?
I'm not too bad. How are you? Considering we just lost, I'm not actually that bad. How are you?
I'm disappointed, but I'm okay otherwise from Man United. I wanted to talk about the Ollie today and the game. I'm not surprised that we lost, but it's the way how we lost. I comment Ollie for the rotation. The Premier League, as we said, didn't do us any justice. They could have probably spread out the games more. It shows the integrity of the league, really.
Mm-hmm. What is it about today's game that you're not really happy with Ollie on?
It's basically what I've been seeing all season, that if there isn't a moment of individual brilliance, we tend not to win. Like, I've seen Brighton play their B team, Leeds, and I can actually see the system. When I watched the game today, those players...
Hold on, Romeo. I've got to interrupt you there. Hold on. I'm going to do one. I don't have the button that just interrupts you immediately, so I have to do it. 1,000,000% Romeo. The squad rotation in the past, the substitutions that he makes, it has made this issue a lot worse than it could have been. But I really struggle to blame Ollie on today. But continue. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
I don't want to totally blame Oli, but it's more about I've been seeing the more a lot of games this season. I don't see a proper system. Like today, the players didn't look like they didn't know what to do. They looked like they were just waiting on individual moments, and that's what we've mostly been living on this season.
Yes, I agree with that. I think Bruno is 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 that what you're saying there? He's that in one person wrapped up. He's I don't whenever I see Bruno, I don't see he's really good at this system. I just think you put him in any squad, in any league, in any club, in the whole entire world, he'll just go out there and do risky things, do risky passes, take risky shots, and he's gonna stat pad, he's gonna get things, he's gonna make things happen. And I think that's why he's been such a success in our club. Where, and I said this in the last show with KG, we every time we play a game, we don't expect to see, right, we're gonna have the gegenpress, or we are gonna counter attack these people. It's different every time, and it's what you're saying. We don't have that system of play. So, and it's a fantastic point you've made there. It's one of the things I was saying. As soon as you dip below his, regular team, regular players, like you can change one or two out here and there, but as soon as you have to make wholesale changes, they look like strangers playing in the field together. It's almost as if you've got two groups of mates and they go, "Let's make it exciting. Let's pick numbers and we'll pick a random team." They never play together at all, and they all just fall to pieces. And then you get the odd player who's so good they can't help to score and to move about and do things. A fantastic point. Anything else you got to say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That when I watch City, City can play a different 11 this week and
Mm-hmm.
another 11 next week. And
Yep.
if you don't know the players, you think it's the same.
Yep.
Tuchel has done that brilliantly, where he plays one team in the Champions League, plays another in the Premier League, but you don't see a difference. They still don't concede, and they might score one or two.
Yep, that's what makes average players look good.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like people think you need 11 or 12 world class players to win a title. You don't necessarily need that. Liverpool last season had like 6 or 7, but the others, Klopp, because of Klopp's system, he can make you with them.
Very good point. Very good. Very good point there. Yes, Liverpool are a very good example of what you're saying, Romeo. For the last 2 years, they had a phenomenal injury record, and I don't know whether that's that horse juice that they've got over in Spain that has stopped out all the injuries happening that normal teams get. But Liverpool, they were playing the same team, the same 11, minus one or two every week, and they had that consistency, and they were able to play their first team week in, week out, and that's what won them things. And you're exactly right, Romeo. Fantastic call. Anything you got to say, and then we'll move on to the next caller.
Let's say I'm proud of the boys today. They showed fight. I'm not gonna put any blame on them because I think Oli has a part to play that on the league as well, and you have to put on the owners because I think they didn't have a proper system today. But if they were better players, they probably would have won that game, which I have to put on the owners as well for not getting better squad depth.
Yep. I'll be honest with you there. I didn't hear the end of it because I'm not as smooth as KG and I hit the wrong thing. But great call, Romeo. Fantastic points. I will make sure you get on next time because you made the same points that I agree with, and that's what this is all about. Agreeing with me. Anyway,
Thanks for having me on.
Great call. Come on next time. Make sure you like and you've subscribed. I bet you
I
have.
have.
Keeper lit. Right. Up next, we've got the main man, Manny United. Rich in the background there. Where are you? There you are. Are you ready, Manny? You're coming on. Hello, Manny. I'm told you're very emotional about City winning the title, and that you want to talk about the downfall of you.
Yeah, Bradley. So I'm gonna talk about two things, Bradley. First, I'm gonna talk about the match. Listen, this might be a little bit too long, so you know that, okay? Because I'm gonna talk about the match and about the bigger picture. Okay, the match. It's a short one. Listen, we all knew that Oliver was about to make a lot of changes. So listen, I'm calling out every United fan. I don't want to put words into anyone's mouth, but if you thought that we were going to win against our third best team, Leicester, with 10 changes. You are lying to yourself. That's the bottom end. Okay, we all can agree on that. So
Well,
let's
hold
move
on,
on.
hold on, Manny. What I will say on that one, and
Yeah,
keep your thought, keep that in your mind. We didn't embarrass ourselves today.
exactly.
For
Listen,
yep. Go ahead, go
Bradley,
ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. When we were 1-0 down with 10 minutes of playing time, I was scared, man. I thought we were going to lose. Like this may sound bad, but 4-5-0. I'm not gonna lie to you because the 9-0 Leicester winning 9-0 against Southampton came to my mind, and for some weird reason I thought we were going to get slapped by them, but hopefully
Oh
the
wait, hold on, hold on. I'm just
I
going to do
need
a
to.
KG sin bin. That no, that doesn't happen at this club. Nope. Sin bin, folks. What do you think about that? You can't say stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that. I'm supposed to be the one that says reckless things in this house. This is my house, Manny. Right? That's your last warning. You can't say things like that. Now, come on, take it easy and bring you back in,
Okay,
Manny.
okay, listen. Of course, we are Manchester United. We are never going to get slapped by Leicester. We are a big team and they are a small team. That's not what I meant. That's what I meant is actually the fact that we made a lot of changes and I thought we were going to lose against them, but we didn't. But we did actually, but not badly as we thought. And the last thing I want to touch on, badly, on a serious note, okay? Listen, I'm a young fan, as you can see, and as you can hear, and I'm not gonna lie, I never seen a club win the big titles, and by big titles I mean the Champions Leagues, the Premier Leagues. I've never witnessed that. I think you have. I don't know, but I think you probably have.
You're calling me
And
old. You're saying I'm
yeah,
old. Is that what you're saying?
and listen, we all knew that City were going to win the league for like 2 months now, so that's not a surprise. But the, today, City have won the league, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually sad about it. I don't know. I seen like United fans be happy that the fact that Liverpool are going to Europa League, and that's fine. That's banter. We can all do that. But we used to be like City, man. We used to be the ones winning the league, the Champions League, and listen, not even worrying about the team that got in the Europa League. So I'm actually I'm actually sad, man. And I seen some quotes from Ole today. He basically said that we want to go to the next level, and he basically said we need the investment. I need some players to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, with the Glazers, we are never going to win the league or the Champions League. That's my thought, and I think most United fans can come to agreement. The only reason we won with them is because the Sir Alex was here, and he's a genius, so no one can argue about that. Listen, I saw a comment from another stream that, oh, City only need 15 titles and three Champions League to go past us, and that's gonna take a lot of time. But the United fans need to realize is that City's City's like wave is going only up, and ours it's like here down a little bit up down here, so it's not stable. If you know what I mean. For example, for the next 5 years, how many titles do you genuinely think we are going to win?
Well, we won a title recently, and that was Marcus Rashford getting his knighthood. But apart from that, nah, no, I
You
don't
see,
see it.
bro. You see, listen.
Glazers out. Basically, what you're saying, and we'll,
Yeah.
we'll have to move on. We'll go to
Thank
the next caller because there's tons of people coming in. Basically, what you're saying is under the Glazers, we won't win anything. And what you're
It's
saying
sad.
is Glazers out. You
Exactly.
can't blame Ollie today. You can't blame the players today. You can slightly blame the Premier League. Obviously, they've only got a certain amount of positions. I know I did go hard on them, but you blame the Glazers.
Exactly.
You blame our so-called chairman. Get them out of the club. They're the reason we lost this game today. They're the reason that we look like a shambles in world football, and it's not
Exactly.
good enough. Get them out. If we don't get them out, you're right, Manny. We won't anything. We won't win anything.
Glazers out.
But
Thank you.
if we get somebody in, like Arsenal look like they may do, a rich person who's a fan of the club, who
Yeah.
the likes of Henri and
And
Bergkamp have come out and they've really celebrated this person and said, this is a fan of our club. He's got money to put into it. He's going to do something. What do you got to say?
Bradley, last thing I'm gonna this is a short one. I have only one hope, and my hope is the United fans. Listen, for the next 10 years, 100 years, in my opinion, right now we have an opportunity to get these owners out. And listen, we can only decide what we want. If we want a competent football club, we can get them out. If we are happy with top four and Champions League, not winning it, we can let them stay. We fans decide what we want to, Bradley, and yeah, we need to take action. I'm not gonna lie, we need to take action this summer, in the every month, every week, every match day. Yeah,
Fantastic call, Manny. United stand, get on it. I know they're already on it. All of the fan channels, forget about your allegiances, forget about who you like and you don't
yeah,
like. Get the Man United supporters trust in. Must get them in. Everybody get together. The only way you're going to get out of them or get them out
unity.
is unite. Get there. Like I can't agree with everything that the protesters did, but the
Yeah,
overall message, 1,000,000%. And that's why we're
exactly.
still talking about it. This is what I wanted to say today, and I was going to finish with it, Manny. You've made me say it now. I'm not too happy with you, big son. You've already been in the sin bin. I was going to finish with this today. Let's not forget Glazers out.
Glazers
What
on.
what they did cannot be forgotten so easily. We didn't
Yes,
mention it in the last show. There was no mention of the Glazers out, and I'm disappointed even in myself that it didn't bring it up. We can't let this slide as easily as it has done. They,
yes,
all they're relying on is let's put a transfer speculation out, or we're going to get Sancho, and everybody forgets about it. We'll play another game and we'll lose, and they go right. We've lost today. Do you know what? They're not going to be whinging about. They're not going to be whinging about us. They're going to be whinging about the players on the pitch. But
yes,
Manny, great show. Call back in
yes.
again
Oh yes.
and let
Win,
everybody
lose
know.
or draw, Glazers out. Everyone, remember
A
that.
million percent. Let everybody know, like and subscribe, because you've got a good microphone there. Everybody can hear you. Go on.
Yes, everyone.
Now
What's
hold
up?
on now. Hold on now. We've got your opponent coming up. Balraj is coming on.
Waiting for him.
Hamza. Hamza has got Hendo in his corner. Balraj has got the hay in his corner. Ding ding ding. Let's go.
Yo, what's up? How's it going?
Oh, it's going incredible. It's going great.
This isn't a fight. Come on. Right, wait, what have you got to say, Hamza? Come on.
Just want to say, let's first talk about the game first before I destroy the people who want David De Gea. First of all, I was very happy with the changes that I saw. Like I saw new players. Not we don't see that under Ole too much. I think Ahmad is ready. I think he should start over Daniel James and an injured Marcus Rashford. And I was, but the Premier League didn't screw us over. They screwed Liverpool over because we're gonna go strong against them, not against Leicester. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not that mad today that we lost. I was disappointed for the boys, like disappointed for the boys because they deserved it. Young lads, like getting your debut and winning against Leicester City or sitting third, and they won by luck. Man, is Brendan Rodgers was celebrating against us who like we haven't gotten one flip fit player. Like Matic too old, Van de Beek, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's used wrong. Brandon Williams, as usual, crap. Tellis, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. But I'm very happy with the season. Very happy with how Ole has done, how Ole managed the squad. We weren't even going to get top four. Let's be serious. Before the season, we all predicted that we won't be top four. But very happy with the season. And happy that Hendo is now our number one.
Hamza, you're right on the line there of getting put in the sin bin for a little bit there, talking about Matic's age. You know, not all of us are as young as you, flashing our watches. You look like you're called in live from heaven in there with the mic, with those lights above your head there.
It's hot.
you're
It's hot here
you're
in
looking good
Egypt.
and stuff. Not all of us are young and beautiful as yourself. Balraj, what have you got to say about the game? And then let's get this on.
Well, how are you today, Bradley?
I'm absolutely very average. What about you?
Oh, well, I'm happy to see players like Diallo and Van der Beek start, Antoine Zebi start today. I'm happy that we got to see them play. And you know what? Like my opposition, I feel like Diallo is ready to start ahead of Dan James and an injured Rashford.
Whoa,
And
whoa, 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 whoa! Sin bin alert. Is that because he's injured or because he think he's better?
That's because he's injured.
Okay. Go ahead.
I believe that he should have been given more game time off the bench this season, and that's my one main disappointment with Ollie, that he hasn't given Diallo more game time. I think the games, considering Leicester are, what are they, third in the league?
Yep.
I think that the fact that we managed to get that equaliser early on shows that these younger players can progress and potentially play for Manchester United.
Yep, it's like I said to the last caller. We didn't embarrass ourselves today. This is a squad of players that have never played anything anywhere close to a game like this against the team who's third in the league. Let's not forget, not easy to do. And a team that has something really to fight for. They didn't embarrass themselves. That's why I won't have any slander about the players today, and I won't really have much slander about Ollie. He did what he's got to do, and it's a clear message. Now, anyway, it's too much. It's too nice in here, right? Let's do it. Hamza, you're on Hendo's side. Balraj, you're on the Hayes.
All
Am I
right.
saying your name right, Balraj? Is that saying your name right? Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Hendo
Okay,
versus
so I
Balraj.
just
Let's go. Ding ding ding.
okay. So first of all, I just want to make it pretty clear that I'm absolutely loyal to David De Gea and absolutely admired for what he's done for the past few years. But you can't have someone at goal that the defense can't trust. That makes the squad uncomfortable, and that makes the locker room as well uncomfortable. And first, and the most important thing is his distribution is absolutely awful. Every time gives the ball away, every single time, like, and he doesn't come out for corners as well, or doesn't catch balls. I don't like that for a goalkeeper. He's a good shot stopper like Henderson, but Henderson has more enthusiasm, works very hard. I think he comes out a lot more. His distribution is absolutely brilliant, and that's very important for a Man United squad that can't build their attack from behind, and that Hendo can help do so. So I don't like. I love that De Gea, but I think it's time to go.
Balraj, get you in there, son. I've got your side on this. Come on, Balraj. Come on. Tell him.
Okay. Firstly, about a goalkeeper, you can't give them a reason that they should start because they've got enthusiasm and they work hard. Like, how does that relate to being a good goalkeeper? Oh, you're enthusiastic. You smile a lot in goal. Yeah, playing goal. Well done. What were your other 2 points? Distribution and coming out for corners. David De Gea, yeah, he probably isn't as good as Dean Henderson is for coming out of corners, but they're both conceded from corners. Dean Henderson, I can't remember which game specifically, but he has conceded from corners. That's common with both goalkeepers. It's the whole
No,
team.
no. The corners that we concede is because of our defense. I think our defense is absolutely shit at corners.
Balraj, tell him what's more important. Is it being able to throw the ball out, or is it being a shot stopper? That's how you win this one. Go on.
What's more important, passing
Yeah,
the ball
Hamza.
to the defense or being a good shot stopper?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, but Henderson is a good shot stopper. But he's good also better at distribution. No. He's absolutely. You've seen him at Sheffield United. There was a game that I absolutely remember against Leicester City that they won 1-0. They were absolutely fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. He saved like 10 saves. He boosted my Premier League week at the time. He got 30, like got 10 points, something like that. Like he's absolutely brilliant, and I can't like I like David De Gea, but as I said, it's time to go. Not good for the ambition of the squad. The squad, the defense don't like him, which is not something to have. Like if you got two good goalkeepers, and you've got someone who's gonna get more years than the other. Yeah, loyalty is part of that, but I can't really talk about loyalty when the defense don't like David De Gea and make the squad uncomfortable. So it's the most part that the squad isn't uncomfortable, because you can't have a squad that is going to win the Premier League when they don't have a goalkeeper that they can trust. So I think Dino's the bright future for Man United.
Okay, answer me this. The last I've seen of David De Gea, he put in a man of the match performance in a European semi final to put us through to a European final. And in his game before he went off to see his child being born, he put in a man of the match performance against Chelsea. So, so what has Dean Henderson done to deserve to be starting over David De Gea? What has he done?
Well, first and mostly the season against Sheffield United. I think also like David De Gea, you're talking about two performances, but what happened about last season? What happened to the beginning of this season? Like, you can't talk about two performances. I absolutely loved the performance against Roma. Absolutely admired what David De Gea had done. He was a absolutely fantastic shot stopper. But I can't talk about one game, 2 games, 3 games. I want consistency.
Okay, well, yes, he put in a very good season at Sheffield United, but there's a difference between performing at Sheffield United and performing at the top level at Manchester United. There's a massive difference.
Well, if you count the mistakes for what Henderson and De Gea done at the beginning of this season, what has Henderson done apart from the AC Milan one? What has he done? Nothing. De Gea has
Sheffield
lost.
United at the start of the season. Sheffield United at the start of the season.
No.
Hamza, what do you got to say about this? Nope, not that one. This one,
Henderson is overhyped.
and that's from Bruno himself. So he got to know what he's talking about.
Well, I'm talking about now. I'm talking about. I get the point. I get the point of what he's saying. Yeah, I'm absolutely loyal to David, but I think for this squad and for this squad to move on, De Gea should leave.
What about that
Consistency of
question,
a
Hamza?
decade.
What about that? What do you got to say about that question?
Consistency of a decade. Then what happened then?
Okay, folks, we're going to bring it to an end there. Unfortunately, I think Hamza won that, even though he's absolutely wrong in every way, shape, and fashion. And you're not allowed to say De Gea out of the club whatsoever, because
all right.
it's just not acceptable. However, you could let him just sort of be a second fiddle for a couple of years and then become a club ambassador. But guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good chatting. So
Subscribe to United Fan TV.
He definitely won. Hamza, you won the show. Balraj, have you anything to shout out?
Thank you. Subscribe to United Fan TV.
He's not saying that from his heart.
Hamza, you won, unfortunately. Bye, guys. Right, who have we got up next? We have got the main man, Malcolm, wants to chat about the next game against Liverpool. Also, the person in the car. I won't name you yet. I'll keep that a surprise. The person in the car, you will be coming on very, very soon. Stay live. Stay ready. Malcolm, what you got to say?
Yo, what's up, man? Yo, big up Bradley. Yeah, man.
If you want to do the bomb noise, you can.
I'm good, man. I'm good. So first of all, I want to say big up to all the Jamaicans in the panel. seen a lot of Jamaicans coming out and giving their opinion. I really love Jamaica, and not just people, but like the country itself. I know a few people who live there. I have couple of friends, so I just want to big all of them up. You know, they speak a lot of speak a lot of knowledge. They really know about the club and Ole and everyone. So big up the Jamaicans in the panel. Yeah. So anyway, about the game, I'm not too bothered. It's not a loss that um I wouldn't say it's a loss that will keep going through my head a lot. Um, and, yes, City won the league. Congratulations to them. They deserved it. It was gonna happen anyway, so I didn't really expect anything uh less. But yeah, we're looks like we've secured top four. But now we just need to go on the now we just have Liverpool next, which is our biggest game of the season. Um, and yeah, I think honestly, I think we'll beat them. I'm confident. I'm confident that we'll beat them. Um, I just want I want to big up Oli for make rotating the squad. Bringing on Diallo, Donny, Elanga, Mata. Players that we haven't seen like I don't know, like for how long, like forever. So I just want to big up Ola for doing that. What I would say, one a negative that I would say is that I just feel like there were I feel like there were games where like Oli could have rotated the squad a little bit more. I just feel like this game he rotated it a lot. With Maguire injured now, and so I just feel like you know when you're rotating a squad, you need a system where these players can fit in. I feel like Donny, even though he played, he got a full 90 minutes today. I just feel like I haven't seen a lot of him today. So that that could be a reason for why he was rusty today. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
you've got to think about the players that he's playing around. He doesn't get the luxury of
exactly.
playing around our top team, our
Yeah.
top players. He doesn't get the luxury of having the four at the back that's going to keep everything straight. He doesn't have Cavani up top from the start, Rashford from the start, Greenwood, from the start the whole way through, and as at the centre mid, if he's fallen off in any way, they don't have him backing up. So it's very tough to really, and this is why I've said from the start, I can't blame any player, no matter if I like them or I don't think they're good enough. Today's not the day for it. Today is the day to keep up the message. And I'll let you say it. Somebody has to go, and it ain't anybody on that pitch today. Who's got to go?
Right.
Begins with G.
Mm.
Begins with
Hmm?
G. It begins with G.
G
Ends with
G
ers. Starts with glaze and ends with ers.
Glazers. Oh yeah, Glazers out. Glazers
Yeah.
out. Glazers out. Everyone out. So honestly, we have
Everybody out.
to.
Malcolm out.
Everyone.
Me out. Anyway, Malcolm, we've got a
Yeah.
super chat. We'll have to respect the super chats.
Yeah.
$2 from Santiago. Santiago, you were on the last show. Come on again, have a chat with us.
Mhm.
Big up Bradley holding down the fort. Don't know who Bradley is, but apparently he's a very handsome chap that talks very well. Malcolm, thanks for the call in. You're here every week. Come back next
Big up,
week.
big up.
Respect.
Bradley.
Who's up next? Oh, that was a bit rude. Sorry, Malcolm. D-Man. D-Man, are you in the building? D-Man, hold up. But we've got a very, very special guest. But before we bring on the special guest, we'll give Neeks a bit of time to come in the building. Neeks, where are you? I know I heard you running. And don't make me do the meme, the why are you running meme, because your nemesis is in the building. But before we get to that, we have another super chat, potentially coming all the way from Northern Ireland, the place where I'm from. Excellent show tonight, Bradley. Hashtag UTD Fan TV. Heart, bomb. And he's got, look at the size of that dog. Anyway, fantastic super chat. Everybody like and subscribe to KG. And then go into the description and go to that channel and subscribe, because we eat chicken wings in there during the game. And we'll talk a whole load of nonsense about Northern Ireland stuff, about the troubles and bombs and stuff like that. But we'll bring on the major guest of tonight, and Neeks is running scared. Edna, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad, Edna. Now, Edna, I'm going to have to come back to you. I see you're driving there. It's not
I'm
safe.
about to park now.
Okay, we'll bring you back on. We've got somebody else in the building. We're going to bring on D-Man. D-Man, the man with the stats. Have you got D-stats, D-Man? Let us know.
Hello. Bradley, can you hear me?
Yes, come on, stats. You're the stats man. Come
Oh
on.
man, it's coming quick. Okay. You can have that first. Okay, well I was gonna say, you're always, every week it feels like, putting Lindelof in the bin. Am I wrong?
Now, listen to me. I have the power tonight. If you want to go in the bin, you'll go in the bin. All right? These better be. Are these pro Lindelof stats or what?
No, these are Pro 2 and Zabi stats. Where has this boy been?
Okay, so D-Man, good show. See you next time. Ahad's coming in the building. Ahad,
Yo,
how are you?
Bradley, what's poppin'?
Ahad, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to actually bring you on there, D-Man. I'm sorry, D-Man. You're coming back on. But just don't go rough because I've got sin bin powers. D-Man, what do you got to say? Come on.
What did you not like?
You know what I didn't like, D-Man. Stats, please. Thank you.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say, I think at the back today, Tuanzebe held it down well. He made 2 tackles from 2 take-ons directly from winger, and made both those tackles 100%. Tellez on the other side of him, I don't think he was actually that bad this game. He made 5 tackles, which is like not bad considering you think how much. Like, okay, obviously Luke Shaw, he's the main man, and he's always the main man because how he's been. But I don't think Tellez was nowhere near the worst player on the pitch tonight. So for squad depth wise, I think they're both putting in a good percentage of take-ons to be backups. And then also Ahmad made 3 successful dribbles against first team Leicester side, which I thought was by far good enough for him to start sort of getting more appearances. Because he's got none after the AC game. His many tackles and dribbles was the main thing I thought was interesting in this game.
Say what you got to say, bro. Come on, say what you got to say.
Oh,
before you do say it about my main man Victor Nickershoff, don't forget I've got powers here tonight. Might be for one night and one night only, but say what you got to say.
Well, just so based on those 3 players, I think that we have good depth for the left back, but Tellez should stay where he is. I'd like to see Ahmad come off the bench more because I think each time he's come on, he's shown enough to sort of contribute to the game. And then finally, I'd like to see Tuanzebe actually maybe starting a bit more. I think if him and Maguire can maybe get some more time together, maybe develop more of a partnership because that's what the centre back is. It's a partnership together. Yeah, I think Tuanzebe has shown enough, particularly that PSG game. Boy, that PSG game. I think he's shown enough where he should be allowed to get a few more chances in the starting lineup.
D-Man, I'm failing to see the Nickershoff statistics. I want to hear them. Don't be scared. I want to hear them.
The Nickershoff statistics aren't here today because he didn't play.
Well, I'm scared. See, you're scared. You're scared of getting kicked out of here, D-Man.
But I didn't bring him today. I was talking about the match today rather than as a whole. But okay.
Hold on, you brought him up at the start, but I'll let you off with it. Is there any other point you got to make?
Oh yeah, and it's the one which drives me up the wall. Man City earlier in the season got this COVID breakout in their squad, and were essentially allowed a week off, right? And when other teams were playing and getting alongside with the domestic cups. So they were playing league and domestic cup like 2 games at a week, sorry, not at a time, 2 games a week. But they got a COVID outbreak, and this is a crisis which people are dying from. They get rewarded a week's break. They don't even have to play their second team. Our owners, put us in the ESL, and then we have to play our second team. What is that about? What is that about?
There's nothing can be said about this entire situation. There's no positives that you can get from.
But why do Man City don't have to be forced to play their second team, where they've contributed to a situation where people are dying, and our owners do something completely unrelated with all the players? The players are the ones that got it as well. It's not like the owners got it and gave it to the players. The Man City players got it. Our owners put this onto us, and we were then forced to play our second team. Ridiculous.
And let's be fair as well, Man City, their second team is pretty much as good as the first one. So, they're just they're a different league as to what we're talking about, which is a positive you can put on Ollie. He's done what he can with a small squad that has a small amount of quality on it. But D-Man, thanks for the chat. Great show
No
as
problem.
always.
Thanks, Bradley.
And then just see for the next game. If you've no Lindelof statistics, you've absolutely bottled it like Putch.
Oh, I will come with them if that's what you want.
They better be good as well.
They will
Anyway,
be.
good call. See you next time. Now, I think she's parked up here. So we're safe. Not going to crash. Ed, what do you got to say?
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too bad. What about yourself?
I'm okay. Well, today's game, I'm not really surprised about the lineup. I kind of like the way at first I thought he was gonna do what he always does because he always complain about the match and all that, but he still plays the first team and all that. So I was like, he might just do it again, But this time he didn't, so I'm glad he did that. And for me, this game was just like a preseason for me. Like if we had won, I would have been happy, but we lost, but I'm not making a fuss about it because I knew he had to do he had to do it, and two, we just needed something to just go out there and just give the first team. Honestly, I would have left Cavani and Bruno and Rashford on the bench. Like just let them finish it up. I probably would have swapped Mata because I felt like at some point I think Matic was getting tired and Mata wasn't helping anyway. So I would have brought somebody else in to swap for Mata. But honestly, I'm not really mad about it. I'm just happy to see Ahmad. I'm happy to see Greenwood get another goal. What's that? Alanga, what's his name? Yeah, I'm happy to see that. And people are slandering Van der Beek. Relax, he hasn't played a lot of games, and I understand people are saying that. Well, he's a professional. He's had 1 or 2 games here and there, but come on. Like, come on. He's not had too much game. He hasn't played. He's not even had the chance to play consistently with the first team, not to talk of this team. So he can't be Ronaldo, Messi, like every time he gets the chance. Like we need to relax. And, Brandon Williams maybe go on loan or something. But outside of that, I'm not really mad about the game. Like I'm looking forward to the Liverpool game more, actually. Like that is where I'll be mad if we lose. Like that is where I'll lose my head. But right now, this game was just like we needed to play, let's play. I'm not blaming the players, I'm not blaming the fans, I'm not blaming Premier League either. Well, they should have done more about it, but you know what? They did what they had to do, and we also did what we had to do. So you know what? We've played it. Get that out of your head. Don't let it affect you. Let's go again to the next game. That's the most important one. And big up Ole too. Right now, my agenda, I don't have an agenda towards him. I just don't like some of the things he says sometimes. But right now, I have nothing against him. Big up. He's done very well, at least to his strength. Second Europa League final. We're doing great right now. So why not? I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to give him one more chance for next season. One more chance for next season and see what we do. But right now, there's nothing about the players, nothing about the coach. Right now, it is Glazers out. Like everything else, I'm putting it aside. I'm not slandering nobody. It's just Glazers out. Right now, till the season, until the goal, all my attention is to the Glazers out, out, out. The rest of it, we can come back to that later. But that don't mean they should stop playing well, though. That don't mean they should stop winning games. He still needs to win the Europa League. Like he still needs to do that. But right now, yeah, it's towards the Glazers. All my anger and Man City winning another trophy, all those anger is going to the Glazers. So we'll just leave it like that. Basically, we'll just leave it like that.
Okay, and a very, very impassioned response there.
Yeah.
Your the video was sort of backing up a wee bit there. So you said sort of looked like you were doing the robot, but the points were good. The points were solid. I'll ask you a question.
Wow.
I'll ask you a question. Obviously, very recently, Cavani has signed a new extension to his deal.
Yes.
Do you think this means that we won't see a Kane, a Haaland,
Unfortunately,
or potentially anybody up top? What do you think?
unfortunately, I feel like that's the way it's going. With this board, that's that's what they do, innit? Like that's all they do. They bring one person to just cover it up, and they just go with that. So if I don't know if we're gonna get Haaland because it looks like they want to get Sancho. So I don't think they will get a Sancho and Haaland. I don't think so. So I don't know. Why are you laughing? Somebody said
Bad man. That's
that's
terrible.
funny. Yeah, so I
Where
don't know if
where
we're
is
gonna get
Nicks,
a
by the way?
Sancho and Haaland. So
Right. Let's keep it football, folks.
yeah, jokes. Well, yeah. So I don't know. I want Sancho. That's what I want. Haaland, Kane or not, I want Sancho.
Yeah,
So get Sancho.
that's where I'm at. Somebody said to me today that they were happy that Cavani stayed, but does that mean we're not going to get anybody in instead of him? But my thought was we need a right winger. We need a
Yeah,
CDM.
like we
We
need to
need
sort that out.
yeah
We just
a
need
lot
to
more.
do that
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah.
And the CDM,
Cavani,
please, somebody in there. Like I'm not going after Fred or McTominay or any one of them. But we need somebody there. The amount of time, game in, game out, we've had to call out a mistake or loose pass or something about those two should tell the board enough that you need to sort that out. We can't keep having this mistake every game. I'm looking at Matic and what's his name? Matic and Van de Beek today. They did all right. Like I don't know, but that CDM needs to be sorted out this summer. Like, if it's going to be one of them giving way, hey, I don't know, but we need to sort that out. A right wing, a CDM, please. And if a Kane and Haaland can come in, I don't know. I'm not even looking forward to that. So I'm not trying to put my head in that. I'm not no. If they get it, I'll be happy. But I'm just saying that I'm not trying to buy into it. It's like every news is about Sancho, Haaland, Kane. All right, let's take Kane and Haaland out of it for now. Let's just try and get Sancho, and I think we'll be fine.
you were sin bin. You were very near the sin bin there. Like, you wouldn't be excited about that. Now come on.
Oh
We all
no, I
know.
will be excited. I'm just saying I don't want to invest in it, and then at the end of the day we don't get any, and then I'm like, oh my god. So
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like. If we get them, fine. But right now, what do I want more from Alan, Sancho, and Kane? It's Sancho and a CDM. If I'm to pick, it's going to be Sancho and a CDM. That can come in later. If I don't even know, this board sometimes they don't give you the confidence to say somebody's coming. So we can all wish right now. That's all we can all do, wish. And then I don't know, but right now, big up to the squad, the players. They're doing what they have to do. They're trying to get to the finish line. Hopefully, we win the Europa League and let's kick on another chance for next season. Let's see how we can actually do, because everybody's kind of, I'm seeing other pundits turning, they're trying to buy into it and say, you know what, United could be there next season. Let's just give them another chance. So you know what, big up everybody. Let's hope this goes on into the next season and just carry on from there. Why not?
That's what I like to see.
Glazers out.
1,000,000%. I did not want to see people complaining about the players. People complaining about Ollie today because completely beyond their control what
just
happened
drop
today.
it today. Today is not the day at all. Like, just drop it.
1,000,000%. And I think we've just seen there's somebody in the building. So Ed, let's keep it rolling.
Thank you.
Nix is not in the building. He is frightened for his life. Apparently, he is about 10 foot underground in a bunker currently now. So see, the main man KG is in the building. So I'll fire up the link if he wants to come in, and I'll ask him some questions. Just reverse the rules. But Ed, great show as ever. We'll get you on next time.
Thank
Peace.
you so much.
So we've got a new person coming in now by the name of Hi. What you got to say, Hi? Didn't live up to his name there. Ahad's been here from the very start. Ahad, what you got to say?
Yo.
What's up,
What's
Ahad?
poppin',
Had you on a
Bradley?
little
What's
bit
poppin'?
earlier. Not too
It's
much.
fine,
What
it's fine,
about
because I
you?
knew it was gonna happen. But also huge shout out to United Fan TV. Huge shout out to United Fan TV. Love your content. It's amazing. But for the game, I think I thought we were gonna get smashed, but we lost the game, and it was expected because of the squad we put. It's not Ole's fault. I think the players were tired. We have Liverpool next, so it's gonna be a good. I kind of expected Liverpool to lose, but also when Hamza and Baraj was here, De Gea and Henderson. Like if you see with Henderson this season, he's not even consistent. Like he's
Wait,
consistent at times, but he's not
wait,
consistent.
wait. Ahead now. Wait, Hamza is still in the building, so I'm going to bring him in. Talk to him, Hamza. Hamza, listen to
All
this.
right, all
Ahad,
right, okay,
give
okay,
him
okay.
some.
I'll let Hamza go first. What do you think about the Dean Henderson situation? De Gea. I want to hear it, and then I'll talk.
Hamza.
Yep.
Hamza, we've got Ahad in the building here. He wants to go against you there.
About
You
Situation.
tell me about your De Gea and Dean Henderson situation. Just want to hear it one more time, clearly and specifically.
all right, hold on. Well, firstly, getting ready for you. Firstly, I think that David is a fantastic goalkeeper, absolutely loyal, kept us up for the past decade. But for you to have a squad that you want to move on and win the Premier League, you have to have a group of lads that trust each other, help each other, and are absolutely brilliant. But I think David De Gea is absolutely fantastic. But when you have a defense that can't trust him, it will cause unsettlement for unsettlement for the squad. So yeah, I think it's time to go. But I
But the thing is,
admire
it's
David.
not about that. Okay, do you hear me? Yeah. But the thing is, it's not about that. De Gea and Henderson. The thing with Henderson is he's dodgy. You got to look at the goalkeepers, like clearly. Like if you see De Gea and Henderson, I know some people say he might not like him, but does Henderson have the winning mentality? Winning mentality.
What?
And
You
if you've
cut
seen
out.
De Gea,
You cut out.
if you've seen De Gea, but if you've seen De Gea, he saved us multiple times. He saved us multiple times. And Henderson, if, for example, if Henderson, okay, compare the Roma game. If Henderson was in the Roma game, he would have screwed it up. He would have screwed it up. And you're comparing Henderson
Mate,
Sheffield.
mate, you shouldn't say if what and so. It's about what's happening, and I like what happened, and I absolutely loyal for what happened. It's time to go. I'm
No,
sorry,
it's
but
not time to go for
to
De
to
Gea
have a
yet.
squad,
But
to have a squad, a group of lads that trust each other and move forward. It's Dino. You can't talk
but
about
De
the
Gea,
past. You're gonna talk about the future, the team that you want to win the Premier League.
no, but it's not just that. It's De Gea. Whenever he's on the pitch, he saves us. But Henderson, the thing is, he's not consistent. Like
Mate. Have you seen enough of? Have you seen the hey what he's done in the beginning of this season and the last season? He was absolutely atrocious. I would have played Romero instead of him last season for what he's done, the mistakes that he had done.
But that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago from De Gea. That was
That
two
was
years ago.
years,
Now,
1 year
now,
ago. He saved us.
now, look.
He saved us against Roma and West Brom. I'll give you that. But the rest, shit. In his ball distribution, shit. I can't say no more. Like people are gonna say that I'm not a United fan. Whatever. If you think that I'm not a United fan, then don't hear me. But I think this is what's the best for Man United in the future. Simple as that.
No, I know. I think De Gea needs to go soon. But the thing is, right now, De Gea, he should be playing. Like I know De Gea, he'll be gone in a few years. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
that
But
he,
why do you want him to play? Why do you want him play with the defense that he can trust? Why do you want to play him when he loses the ball multiple times and gets counterattacked? Why do
They're
you
all
want him to
English
play?
players. They're all English players. They're all English players in the defense, and then they want Henderson. Dean Henderson, if you see Dean Henderson, he's nice to the lads, but De Gea, the reason why he's aggressive is because
Mate,
he has a winning mentality.
if you think because I'm one because I'm British, I'm Egyptian. He's Spanish and he's British. I'm Egyptian. I don't care. Let's be honest. But come on, man.
No, but like De Gea, I think he should be playing because
Why? Why should
he
he
has the
be
winning
playing?
mentality, and if you see with Henderson, he doesn't have the winning mentality. I think Henderson is overrated
Okay, so
because it's
prove your
all on the
point.
English media. It's
What
all
he
English
has
media.
what
Look,
has he done to have a small mentality? I want proof.
but
Come
look
on.
what De Gea, but look what De Gea did between Roma. You go look what he did between Roma, and he also did something today as well.
I said
That
it before, and I said it again. I want consistency. I don't want one or two games like the previous one who said
no,
Roma and Chelsea man of the match. I get it. He was man of the match, and I
But De
absolutely
Gea was.
applaud him.
It's not okay. You're saying it's not one or two games, but looking in between PSG, looking between Roma. Henderson, okay, look, he had a good season last season, but look at this season. He ruined some games. Look what he did in Sheffield.
Yeah,
Look what he did
what?
between.
Yeah. On your point, what has he done this season to get out? Henderson.
No, Dean Henderson, I just don't think he's ready yet. For me,
Yeah,
I
why?
just don't think he's ready yet.
Why?
Because he's barely consistent. Like, if you've seen the goals he conceded, De Gea would have easily saved those.
So you're telling me the goal against Tottenham that Arman Basaka didn't track back against Son De Gea would have saved it?
I'm not saying he would have saved it, but he probably could have. He probably could have. But I think Henderson, I think he just needs a little bit more time. I think maybe a little bit more time. Maybe send him on loan to Everton for like a season and see how he does. Because I think if you've seen him between Sheffield, he really didn't. He was sensational. Not gonna lie, he was sensational. But he had more pride. In Sheffield, he barely didn't have the pressure. But now in Manchester United, he has the pressure. Like De Gea, he can easily handle the pressure. De Gea can easily handle the pressure. Henderson, he can't easily. And you've seen the Henderson in goal, he's very dodgy at times. He's very, very dodgy at times.
What, apart from the West Ham, I don't remember.
It's only
Okay,
West
big
Ham.
up KG.
KG backstage?
You're muted, by the way, Bradley.
It's me.
KG backstage
He
or
was for a little bit, but he's away now. No, keep it going.
Yeah,
Keep it going here.
on our
People want to
point,
say this.
you till now you didn't give me proofs that Henderson
no? But
isn't the
you
number
think
one
okay? Look at him beating PSG.
apart from the game against Burnley that he gave too much of the ball away. Yeah, I'll give you that.
No, not.
Just
I mean,
give me the rest. Give me the rest. Come on.
this season he's barely consistent. He's consistent at times, but he looks like a normal goalkeeper. He looks like a normal goalkeeper. But if you see De Gea, the saves he makes is world class. Like I think Henderson, he's gonna be a great goalkeeper. No, not gonna lie, he's gonna be a great goalkeeper. But I just think he needs a little bit more time. He needs a little bit more time. I just think De Gea, he'll be good for 1 or 2 more seasons. Then I think he'll start declining.
Yeah, but you have to make the decision now. Are you gonna keep De Gea now for 2 years and lose Henderson, or do you want Henderson
If I'm
down
any
and let De
Glazers,
Gea leave?
it's a tough question. But like, what I would do is, okay, if it was like a loan obligation thing, what I do is, okay, so I nobody really talked about this, but what I would do is keep De Gea, loan Dean Henderson, like loan Dean Henderson for like 2 or 3 seasons, but not loan him. Maybe get like a buyback clause from
It's gonna
Dortmund.
ruin his career. I'm just saying.
No. And we're gonna get Sancho, and there's gonna be a buyback clause for Dean Henderson, 30,
Oh,
40
come
million in the
on.
clause to get it back. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. But I would loan Dean Henderson for 2 or 3 seasons, and I get him back on a buyback clause if Dortmund buys him, and get Sancho in that deal as well.
I'm just.
But De Gea, if you've seen, he's still good. Look, he's been dodgy. He's been dodgy. But look at this season. This season, he's come back. He's come back. Look at him between PSG. The saves he made.
Not the De Gea
He's
that we know. Not the De Gea that we know.
But thing is, he's coming back. He's coming back. He had a tough 2 seasons. He had a tough 2 seasons.
Mate, I don't agree with what you're saying. To be honest, I think Dino should be number one. I'm going.
No, I know Dino should be number one. But don't get me wrong. I think Dino should be number one. But what I'm saying is, Dean Henderson, he needs a little bit more time. He needs, I'm telling you, he needs 1 or 2 more seasons in the box. Then you'll see he's consistent. And by that time, I'm promising you De Gea will be leaving. Because that's when his contract will be almost by ending. Probably, 2 or 1 year left in his contract? And he'll be leaving. And that's when Dean Henderson's gonna shine. Trust me. He'll be there for us. And he'll be there for the next 5 or 6 years. De Gea could
Right, guys, that was good stuff. That was good stuff.
I think De Gea, he's still,
All right, Ahad. I know you're here
Yeah,
all
but
the time.
it does to close it down.
Ahad, you've had your say.
Yeah.
Folks,
Yeah.
vote in the chat who won the debate. Hamza won the first one, unfortunately. Dean won there, but who won the second one? Was it did Ahad come in there and really come to bat for De Gea?
No, come on, guys, be fair. Come on.
Yeah,
fair,
be
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Be fair. Ahad
But
definitely won.
but the only thing is I
What?
would send Henderson on loan.
Because De Gea's the man. You said De Gea has to go, so.
But the only thing is I'll send him from
can't win an
season.
argument.
De-
No.
Yeah, but subscribe to United Fan TV.
Oh.
Yeah, subscribe to United Fan TV, who makes amazing content.
Oh, yeah, Ahad's got it. Sorry, Hamza, you tried there. We sneaky one at
Amazing
the
watch
end.
along. The 51st subscriber in your channel.
Yes, yeah, Hamza. Sorry. Are you fit? Are you
Well,
number
road to
52?
100. Subscribe to United Fan TV.
You know, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem for David De Gea to stay, by the way. But I think Dino should be number one. I think he should be the one.
Yeah, I think Dino should be number one, but maybe. But I think for now it's De Gea.
The big man himself.
Yo, KG.
Oh.
He's watching it. He's watching it. And I'm going to ask him who he thinks won. Going to ask him who he thinks.
Yeah.
So, folks, vote in the comments there. Who do you think won? And then we're going to get some new chaps on. But thanks for calling again. I'm
waiting for Thursday, by the way, on
Huge shout out to
Thursday
United Fan TV.
for the Ollie one, because I can't wait for him to hit on
I'm
him
Ollie.
back
I'll better.
for Ollie.
There's too much madness going in here. There's too much madness. There's too much madness. Folks.
Yeah. But huge shout out to United Fan TV. Yeah. You too.
Oh, he's trying to win. He's trying to win. He's trying to win. Anyway, right. Who's up next? We've got Hi, who was in the building before, but disappeared. But we'll try again. Hi, are you there? Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Hi. What you got to say?
Sorry about that. I left before, but yeah. I know I'm asking a stupid question, but what am I supposed to talk about?
Just whatever you got to say. Obviously, you support Man United.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of the game today?
Not a good performance. I mean, we played all right. Not gonna lie, but come on now. We should have won, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, Greenwood scored, or Diallo assist, but yeah. That Elagna guy, however you say his name, not ready yet, but I think Ahmad is. Yeah.
Okay, who's your favorite player?
Bruno.
Yes, it's definitely got to be Bruno. And who do you like better, De Gea or Henderson?
I don't know, probably De Gea.
Probably De Gea. Was
Yeah.
the right answer. It was the right answer. I gave you that. But what makes you like De Gea?
I don't know. He saved Man United lots of times. Like that moment against Arsenal when he made the double save or something. But yeah, saved Man United lots of times. And yeah.
Good point. Yeah, you're making a lot more points, like really sensible points than I can make. You must be a 40-year-old or something like that. I'm just in here. I don't know what I'm talking about. But thanks for calling in. Thanks for calling in. Call in next time. Leave some comments in the chat. I'm sure everybody loved your call in. Call him next time. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Next in the building, we've got, and it's a new name, might not be a new person, but it's a new name. We've got the Pog Boom Army. What you got to say?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Doing all right, not bad. So, in particular, I wanted to start with the fixture congestion that we had. Absolutely a disgrace how Man United had to play 3 games in a span of, 4-5 days. And, what is a disgrace is that we've lost this game. Next up, we have Liverpool. So, we might or we might not be able to play our best team out there. And, losing to Liverpool will hurt, will be a very bad, note when the league on. I don't know what you've got to say, but things definitely need to change there.
Okay, and what do you think about the team that Ollie put out today?
Did he have any options? I mean, I was happy for the fact that he made 10 changes, because had we not, we would have probably had to play a very poor squad against Liverpool, and that is something that I would not have wanted. So I was happy that we played, and most importantly, we gave chance to players like Ahmad, who have probably been given a chance a lot earlier. I was happy that Elango played, and he looked like a really good youngster. Right, maybe in a couple of years' time, he'll develop into a very good right winger. So I was happy about that. The only possible thing, and I'm not sure what's your opinion on that, is that Van der Beek. I mean, he's gotten a couple of chances, and there are people who say that he hasn't gotten enough chances. But then you've got to grab the opportunities that you get, and I'm not really sure that he has done it. He has been good in bits and pieces, but he hasn't been very stable, or he hasn't performed up to my liking. I don't know what you have to say on that.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways you can look at it. I think a lot of people would say that he has grasped any chance that he has been given. They've been few and far between. So it's he doesn't have that consistency that most players do have. And when he does come on, you do see there is something about him. He's not an absolute cabbage, as we say here in this country, but he's not terrible. But what I would say is, he doesn't, and I think I said it earlier in this show, he doesn't have the luxury of, playing with the top players that we have, with Cavani up top,
Right,
up left from the start, with Pogba, with Bruno, with a more solid centre back, and with De Gea, the best goalkeeper at the club, definitely 100%. There's no argument about that at all. And goalkeeper. So I think it's not fair really to say much about Donny. It's the same situation with Fred, where first season he came in, he was used sparingly, but there wasn't, because Fred wasn't the big major signing that we had, whereas for some reason Donny was our big summer signing last year.
Right, but
let's not forget that. But Fred was around sort of the same price you're talking, and he was there again, left in the background to adjust to this club, to this league, and then it took multiple years for him really to cement the place, and people still aren't convinced on him. So I just think, give Donny time. I think Ollie will give him time, but he's just so concerned about using his main squad of his first team players.
You made a good point there, but the thing with Fred was that we're pretty much sure that he's a CDM. He's a defensive midfielder. Are we sure about when VDB's position? We are not. We don't know if he can play number 10. We don't know if he can play as a CDM or in the pivot. Definitely not 10, because we have probably the best midfielder, or the number 10 in Europe. Pivot, I'm not really sure that he can do a better job than the players that we already have. So while I agree with some of the points that you've made, I am still not sure what position we can play him. But yes, definitely a good player to have in the team.
And who have you got with the Dean Henderson and De Gea situation? Who's your money on?
De Gea, definitely. I mean, Dean Henderson, he's a promising goalkeeper, but there's a lot that he needs to learn. I sometimes am confused that people don't want Dino and De Gea in the same team, because there's a lot that Dean Henderson can learn from him. De Gea is a top-notch goalkeeper. He's played almost every competition in the world. He's played with Spain. He's won so many championships. There's only things the team can, Henderson can learn from him. So let both of them be in the team for about a year or a couple of years, and let De Gea go wherever he wants to after that.
Okay, cool. 100%.
But for now, my money is definitely on David De Gea.
Yep, and it's the same situation as we have up top with Cavani. He's such a good mentor that you could have for Greenwood. That even if Cavani doesn't play next year, he's still such a great mentor and somebody around the club to have in that attacking sense for all of our young attacking players. Rashford, Martial. People forget that they're still very young. And then obviously you've got Greenwood, and then young guys that we've seen today on Palestri and people like that. He's worth his weight in gold. You can't buy that sort of experience, and we didn't buy that experience. We got him for free. Imagine that. Just paying him a wage. It's probably less than Sanchez got too. But anyway,
again, mate. The thing is that somehow I feel that because we're so used to winning trophies, or we were so used to winning trophies, and to achieve success, we've somehow forgotten that anything in football that develops takes time, right? So no doubt, even I want to win trophies. I want to win the Premiership. I want to win the Champions League. But we have to understand that it'll come up with time. It'll take some time for the team to develop, and that is where I give all the credit to Ole. One, that he's changed the mentality of the players, and the other thing that he's been developing team, albeit slowly, but he's been doing it. So, give him 2-3 years of time, and I'm very sure we'll reach where Manchester United once was.
Cool, good show, Pogba. Who's your favorite player? I've got a bit of a clue who you might say. Who's your favorite player?
You talking about all time, or are you talking about from the team from now?
No, the team from now. The clue's in the name.
That is a difficult question, but I'll put my money on Mason Greenwood.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. From the name, I was expecting Pogba, but Mason. Yeah, I'll take that 100%. Hold on, let me do the sound effect. Yes, 100%. I agree with that. He's our best player, most underrated player. Said it last week, but yes, Colin next time, the best caller of the night, because you said that about Mason. Good lad.
Certainly, it was nice speaking to you, mate. Have a good time there. Bye-bye.
Folks, hit the link. Come in. There's somebody in the background here that wasn't too happy with what was said about Donny. I think there was some unfair things that were being said there. So we'll bring him in because I think he's got something to say. He's already been on, but he wasn't too happy about this. Rich, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I'm not having this Donny slander at all.
And you're not even a Man United fan. And you've had it. And what I will say to you is big ups, because you had a full-on costume change in the middle of the show.
Absolutely. Win, lose or draw, we rep it.
Who's that, Brentford?
Nah, behave. Be good to see Brentford come up there, actually. Hopefully they can come up for the playoffs.
What do you got to say about that Ollie slander? I know you weren't happy about it.
Donny van der Beek. Right. First things first. And you're probably going to throw me out for this, but I personally think that as a club, you don't have a sustainable style of play.
Nope, I agree with that. Yep, nope, I agree.
Cool. So a player like Donny, who's come through the Ajax ranks, has a certain style of playing, really. Now, he's coming to United, and most of the time, he's been chucked into the Bruno role. Now, for Donny, he don't play like Bruno, where he just goes wherever he wants and picks up the ball from wherever he wants. Donny's more structured in a sense. The game against Watford, I believe it was, in the FA Cup, Donny was making about 5 or 6 different runs, but you've got McFred behind you who are not going to find you and such. Then he's been tried on the left, but Donny's not the type of player that's going to run past a player beating man. He's an intricate whole player. His position is actually with either where McTominay or Fred is playing. Take either one of them out. And he could be the player that could progress the ball to Bruno a lot quicker than the team actually does. So I say if you maybe have a Fred who wins the ball back, just pass it 5 yards to Donny and he can get your attacks moving a lot quicker and such. And I think if Donny plays with the regulars on a more regular basis, you'll see the best. You'll see the best of him.
We've got a contentious point of discussion here in the chat. I don't think you get many people arguing with you now. Rich, you've been in the background. Thank you very much for the help tonight, letting us know what's going on. We're going to bring it to a close here very shortly. I'll ask you one thing. What do you make? Now, what do you think about Gary Neville's Premier League team of the season? Did you see it?
I'm sure I saw there was about 7 or 8 City players in there.
There's 5.
Who else was in there? Shaw,
yep.
Rashford, Bruno.
Yep. There's one more United player in there.
Maguire?
Useless. Absolutely useless. Yes. Maguire, yeah. What? The best centre back, best one of 2 centre backs in the season all year. Gary, you've said a lot of sensible things this year, and you just had to ruin it right at the end of the year. What is going on there? You mean to tell me Soyuncu today, he would be better in there? There are so many.
He's generally a good defender. I wouldn't say he's had as good a season as he did last year, but he is a good defender.
I don't understand how in any way, and I don't think Maguire's had a terrible season. Let's get that straight. I don't think he's had a terrible season, and I don't think we should get rid of him. My only point is I don't want him as captain, but to have him in the team of the season, Harry Maguire.
Yeah, that's a bit wild.
That's biased, and I have a lot of biased opinions. A lot of it's about Victor Lindelof, and some of that's for comedy effect. But that's crazy, and he's paid to have these sort of opinions. That's mental. Now, I'll not have any slander against Gary because he's one of the first to come out against that ESL nonsense. But that team of the season is a nonsense. And as much as I love Rashford, he's in the discussion there. I don't think he's in there of all the attacking players. So I'll just run over it quickly for anybody who didn't see it. You've got Mendy and goalkeeper. Can't say too much about that. You've got Walker at right back, Diaz, Maguire and Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Rashford, Kane, and Foden. So you've got no Son, you've got no Salah, you've got no Chelsea players. Oh, apart from Mendy, you've got none there. It's surprisingly enough, you don't have any Arsenal players. That's quite strange. And not a single Liverpool player, which is also quite strange. I wonder why that would be, Gary. Be interesting to see. I didn't actually see what Carragher's was. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that either.
Probably not worth even looking at because
honestly, half the time these pundits make some ridiculous statements. I don't pay attention to it.
Oh yeah, Souness. He's the worst of the worst. His opinions. I think. Do you know what I think? I think he wakes up in the morning and he's got a hat, and in that hat is little bits of scrumpled up paper, and they all have certain random reckless opinions in them, and he just pick one out and go, right, that's what I'm going on Sky Sports with today. What was that opinion he had with your man that went to? He went to Everton, and then I think he went to Juventus. Is that right? Moise Kean.
Moise Kean, yeah.
And he started slabbering at him about his work ethic and his opinion because he moved. Crazy.
It's ridiculous.
That guy's mental. But the last thing we'll do before we'll call it a day is there's a little stat that's come out on a little known Twitter handle has brought it out. And it's a somewhat of a comparison. It's not really a direct comparison, but it's a comparison of the season that Bruno Fernandes has had this year and the record-breaking season that Frank Lampard had in the 09-10 season, where Frank Lampard had 27 goals in all seasons, including 10 penalties. And Bruno, before today's game, and I know he didn't score, so it's not really... It's kind of the same thing. Bruno has 26, so one less with one less penalty. Now, a lot of people, there's different ways to think about this. A lot of people are saying, well, what has he won? He hasn't been here long enough. What has he won? Where's the trophies here? It's just a one season wonder. But there's another way you can look at that. Bruno, in his first season, his first full season, has just about done what Lampard did in his whole career. So it's not fair to compare the two players, But let's compare the 2 seasons because that's crazy. And if you look at what Bruno Fernandes did in the first half of the season, if he continued that second half of the season, you're talking striker numbers, you're talking Ronaldo crazy numbers. What do you think about that comparison?
It's a fair comparison. Like Lampard's been obviously held as an unbelievable goal scorer. So for Bruno to match that, and we're just obviously talking about a season, he has to have his props. He has to have his props. It's considering how your season started as well. Very slow, and then you went on that run of like about, I think, 19 or so games, unbeaten and such. And he's pretty much carried the team. Fortunately, obviously, you got Pogba back, and he's been on. Them two together just should play all the time. They just have an amazing understanding. And now you've got Cavani in that as well. It is looking good. It is looking good. So Bruno has to have his props. He definitely has to have his props. And I guess the only thing he might be looking at is trying to get more goals from open play. And he looks like the type that,
well, now hold on, Rich. Hold on. You're not immune from the sin bin tonight, Rich. Hold on now.
How many has he got from open play? Was it 8 or 9?
Hold on. No, hold on. So it is a long time ago, but Bruno Fernandes Frank Lampard in the 09-10 season when he scored 27 goals and 10 of them were penalties. There was no penalty Lampard. No, there was no Frank Penpard. There was none.
Oh no, I agree. I'm not.
So
I get the statement to compare.
Hold on. So if Bruno gets a goal, if he gets a tap in, he scored the same amount of goals as one of the best scoring midfielders in the history of the Premier League with one less penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. A goal's a goal.
So yeah, a goal is a goal, but it's not fair to say an open play, because he does a lot in open play. I would like to see him I don't think he hasn't really scored that many free kicks. So if you're talking nine penalties out of him, it's not that much. And from somebody in midfield, and also considering the assists that he's got, you can't tell him. See, anybody who says Penandes, anybody who says he's only one season wonder, it's ridiculous. And now hold on, Rich, you got to pull you up on that. You're very close to the line there, and my finger was about to click that sin bin button.
That was not no. What I was saying is that he's a very motivated player. You can tell, and he would want to better himself. So he would want to increase his goal tally in the open play, as well as obviously penalties are goals. So if you keep an attacking sort of shape next year, I think he'll match his goal tally next year.
Tell me this, as an outsider, we don't get too many non-Man United fans in the building. What do you think is our most important thing? What's our most important position to strengthen in the summer? Where are we weakest?
Defensive midfield. Having two players in that position to cover one spot is a massive detriment to your whole team. And I guess when you look at how the game went today, even when Matic plays, he just drops into the centre-back positions a bit too much and vacates. I'm not saying that he didn't have a bad game, but whenever Matic plays, his initial instinct is to go centre-back, and it's mainly to cover the centre-backs. So that leaves one of the midfielders free, doing two man's jobs anyway. With McTominay and Fred, they just follow each other. They follow each other everywhere, and they don't get the ball. They don't progress the ball quick enough. So once you get a solid centre defensive midfielder, I think you will attack a lot more, and that would help also your Shaw and Wan-Bissaka get forward more without having to worry about getting back.
Right, Rich, there's madness going on in the background. It's not even in the chat. It's just a certain individual there is saying things about you. They're very nice things, but they're quite humorous. I've told him to put them in the chat there. Yes, Rich, great call as always. You're always helping. You're always in the background. You're always on the shows. You've been live on my Dopey Wee shows with 50 people in the building. There's one huge important question that I'm sure everybody in the whole building has got to ask, and you've just seen it.
Go on.
It's a mainstay of the UTD fan TV. This is the type of quality content you get when you go there. It's the type of incisive, in-depth quality. Just in-depth look at what the truth of football really is. It's the question: what's your favorite flavor of crisps?
I'm gonna go Paul Cotter.
Inside, useless, absolutely useless. Yes, you're only saying that because that's mine. That I know. Come on.
I generally didn't know, actually, to be fair. So
Really?
no, I didn't know it was yours.
We're bros. We're bros for life.
Absolutely.
100%. So we're gonna call it the end very shortly.
Audio shows that yes, I am a Palace fan, but I'm also a football fan first. So if you got a show out there that it needs support, let me know. I'll do my best to come support it. Subscribe to United Fan TV. Comment section, keep doing your thing. You lot are so hilarious, so funny and stuff. And I couldn't comment much today because I was obviously behind the scenes and stuff. But keep doing what you're doing. Mish, I saw your comment, so no, I didn't blush. Flex, don't encourage her.
I think that was aimed at me. I was going a bit red.
Well, the banter is real, and it is. You've done an amazing job today, to be fair, Bradley.
Thanks very much. The first time for everything. But again, thanks. You were in the background helping things out, and we'll get you shouted out. Just keep coming back, Rich, because you're always helpful. You're always in the background. We're going to call this the end, but there's been one chap that's been in the back. He wants to come back in. He wants a bit more. And he had a very good call. Let's see what he's got to say, because I'm not too sure, but he's in the building. Romeo Daly Jr., what do you got to say?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that I totally agree with what Rich said. Your CDM and McFred, like, you're supposed to protect the defense, but when I watch them, McTominay can't really tackle. He gets skipped past every time. And Fred, he gives away fouls too much. Like, I remember Southampton when Ward-Prowse scored that free kick. He was one who gave away the foul, and it led to a goal. Same thing happened in Istanbul, I think. If you look at Donny today, he got in the right positions. He didn't have to tackle, which that's what some people get wrong. They think you have to run around the pitch. You don't have to. Matic showed it today. How many times did Matic Buster got to get in this position? He knows when to be there because he's defensively, positionally sound. Same thing with Van der Beek. He gets in the positions and just takes the ball. He doesn't have to run around.
Yep, great point. He's got that positional sense. It's something that I find. I need to stop this. The agenda must be real. I need KG here, because he's usually the one that laughs and makes it clear that I'm somewhat joking a wee bit. But it's the same thing with Maguire, and I keep going on about him, and I feel sad about doing it. But the point that you're making also goes for him. He is slow. And nobody can slander him because he's slow, because you can only be as quick as you are, and he obviously works on it. What I find lacking is his positional sense. I find too many times, as the captain of the club, that's supposed to be the main leader of the centre backs, he's supposed to be the one that keeps the line right. So your positional sense has got to be right. Everybody's got to be in line with you, and you've got to have a bit of burst of pace about you to cover. But at the same time, the main thing is you've got to be, your positional sense is the most important thing. The best centre backs in the world have never been the fastest. Otherwise, your centre backs would all be as quick as wingers. They would all be smaller. You would have the likes of Angel Gomez at the back, because it's not about pace. It's positional sense. It's seeing what's going to happen, and I don't see that with Maguire. Now you do see he has a physical presence, but even when we played him against Burnley, and I said last week, in the last game, I said, if you're playing Burnley, by all means, get him in first on the pitch. But somebody in the comments pulled me up on that, and rightly so. He got absolutely buoyed against Burnley for that goal. He got absolutely bundled over by it was Chris Wood, was it? So if he can't even do that, I don't know. But anyway, my agenda runs on. Anything else you got to say, Romeo, before we wrap this up? Good two calls today.
Yeah, I think people think that Maguire is this good centre back and Lindelof makes him look bad. I don't think that's the case. I think two are good centre backs. Two make each other look bad because two have a lack of pace. But I think Lindelof is slightly better because he's better on the ball. I think Lindelof's defensive positional sense is better. But Maguire just has that more physical presence. And even sometimes Maguire doesn't win headers as much. Sometimes he does get bullied, but no one wants to talk about it.
Yep. Yep. 100%. And the, I don't know why every time I'm on here it turns into the Maguire show, but I'll cap it off because nobody wants to hear me because I don't know. I started off talking about not wanting to slobber about players, and now I'm genuinely slobbering about a player who didn't even play. But if you're talking about leadership and things like that, we haven't seen that from Maguire on the pitch. You don't know what's going on in the background, but the case study is the Tottenham game with what happened with Martial and Eric Lamela, and there was no passion, there was no leadership. He didn't grab it by the scruff and take control and argue with the referee and try and get that next decision, which any captain would do. And it's the same thing you seen with Cavani did last week, when Greenwood was getting into a bit of a scruffle. Cavani was straight over. And Greenwood, he sauntered off. He did the right thing. He left, the main guys to it, the aggressive guys to it, and he took a yellow card and he just said, right, this is leadership, this is aggression. My players won't be messed about. And that's what as soon as I see that from Harry Maguire, I'll have his back, because everybody can have a bad game, but you can't have a consistent every game. You don't show yourself as a leader if you're wearing that armband. And he hasn't missed a game, and we've never seen a clear opportunity, a clear show from him. I'm your captain. If anybody messes with you, it's me. If you're terrible, I'll tell you. But if anybody messes with you, you have me to answer for. You don't see it.
I think Matic showed leadership today as well. I saw him organizing defense, tell when to go, tell when to pass, tell where to pass. With Maguire, I don't really see that. It's almost like he's hiding away from the action.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even the Sheffield game when Henderson made the mistake, or if you looked at it, Matic was actually telling Maguire to pass it to the right, and he still passed it to Henderson, which ended up led to the goal. I think Maguire had to have some blame because Matic was telling him not to pass it to Henderson, and he still did, because he was trying really hard not to make a mistake and chose the safe option, which ended up leading to a goal.
Yeah. Tell me this, and I don't think I've heard anybody really talk about this. What was your opinion be on Matic playing at centre back?
Who?
Matic.
It was Ole tried. Well, he dropped into centre back because I think he was good on the ball. Bai is good on the ball, but he takes too many risks, and Twanzebe looks kind of awkward. So I think it wasn't a bad idea, but you leave Donny in that 6 where he's not accustomed to play there. He can do a job, but he's playing against two of the best midfielders in the league. So you can't really leave him there to do that job on his own.
Yeah. Good point. I was talking more at sort of maybe next year as a backup, because I don't think he'll get much time in the midfield, especially if we do strengthen, get a CDM, potentially another centre mid. But he's got a new contract recently, so we will be with us for a while. But what do you think of the possibility of perhaps moving him to centre back? Do you think he would fit into that position, because he's obviously got good positional sense? He's a leader. He knows where to be at the right time. He's never really had pace at any point in his career, so he's always relied on that positional sense. What do you think about us maybe playing him as a sort of a backup centre back rather than a 4th, 5th place centre mid?
A backup centre back, because you would have Maguire, Bay, Twanzebe, Lindelof, and Matic. I wouldn't be opposed to that idea, because he sometimes basically plays as a centre back, and he knows the game well. So I think he could do a job, but I would still move him on. I think he shouldn't have got a 3-year contract last year. That was, for me, stupid. Why are you giving how old is he? 31, 32? 3 years. He could have gotten 2 or 1 plus a year extension, but not 3.
Yeah, well, the United the whoever's doing the contracts at United have shown themselves again to be foolish and giving out really stupid contracts. Like who gives Phil Jones a 5-year contract who plays 5 games a season?
Does he still play for us?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I don't. I can't. You can't say he plays for us, but he's on. He's on the payroll. He's got an employee number. Yep. I'm sure he gets annual leave. Definitely. A lot of it, and sick pay, statutory sick pay. I'm sure he gets a lot of that too. He's probably used up his yearly amount. But anyway, he's just been whoever's in the background sorting out the contracts is they should have been sacked immediately. As soon if I own Man United and somebody turns around to me and goes, "Here, great news! You'll never guess. Phil Jones, 5-year contract, just signed it." My face would be, "What? 5 years? We've got to pay him for 5 years." And then we've got people saying, "Why don't we just buy out his contract?" It would cost us at least 10 million to not have him on our books. So why not have him to play against Tranmere and score a wee wonder goal and do that absolute amazing celebration, and perhaps get on once a year and do like this really weird slide tackle with his face and get loads of class pictures. That is worth the money, really, in my opinion.
It's laughable.
Not really, but I'm silly. I'm being.
And this is it exposes the owners again. But even if you look at City, Man City's owners, I don't think know football. I don't think they really know about football. But the thing is, they employ people who do. They employ people who do know about football, so they just deal with the money side, and they let the football people do it. And that's where I think the Glazers again are exposing that they don't care, because even if you don't know about football, you can surely employ people who do, so they make the football decisions for you, instead of you not knowing about football, employing people who again don't know about football. That's just double trouble.
We've got people in the comments here. Can you own up to being this person?
No, I'm not White Yardie.
Very good call, Romeo, and another good call. You were fantastic tonight. Please come back to the next one. And if you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it. Everybody else who's still watching, like it. If you're new here, haven't put the link up actually in a while. I see Chris Grathwall there. If you want to have a call, come in. Let's have a chat. Links in the chat. Romeo, see you next time. Good call.
Thanks for having me, man. I'll try and come back next time.
Thanks, man. So we've got a guy in the background here. He doesn't know it, but you've seen him chuckling away there and laughing. I don't know whether it was that about Phil Jones or something, but he's going to come in the building. He's the main man, the co-host of the United Fan TV show, the watch-alongs. He's always in the building. He's somewhat semi-funny, and he's slightly less handsome than I am, but we'll bring him on, see what he's got to say. It's probably an utter load of nonsense, but what do you got to say? Mark Downey, how are you?
Hi, Bradley.
What's
How
up,
are you?
mate? I'm not too bad. I got a sore throat here. Been talking for 2 hours. What about you?
Just want to say you're doing very, very well. 2 hours of pure and utter solid content there. Do you know what? I just want to come on and say, well done, but also some of the content
Hold on.
in this
No, hold on.
show has been brilliant.
Have to interrupt you here. I'm feeling a bit patronised here, to be honest. Nobody ever goes, "Well done, KG. You've done well tonight. You've done a good hour there. That's been smashing. You've done well." I'm not happy about it.
Well, that's because KG had a
I think
cabbage.
I think it should be KG out, Bradley in, that sort of thing. Not, oh, well, he's done well for an idiot. But go ahead.
No, you've done well for a cabbage, like. But I thought there was a couple of things that I was. Do you know what? Think about it, right? The wee debate about De Gea versus Henderson, fantastic, right? Because think about back in the past when the debate would have been, get us anybody else apart from Barthez, Taibbi, Mark Bosnich. Like, look how blessed we've been with keepers in the last 3 or 4 years. Fantastic, right? So, and also De Gea's number one, always will be, and anybody wants him out needs sin bin.
I did it.
You did do it, and thank God you did do it. Another thing as well, I think the point that Rich made about Ajax was fantastic as well. So true. Have that style of play, that Johan Cruyff, upbringing into the club, and it's so. I think we need to be very patient with Donny. And I've seen all these swap deal, all this nonsense about him, on his way out and everything else. I think we've got so much more to see from that guy, and you can see glimpses of it. But it's interesting because is there an element of a wee bit of Phil Foden treatment here, keeping him held back, bleeding them in correctly, to then absolutely and utterly let him burst onto the scene next season, the season after? I don't know, but he's somebody who I think deserves more respect. What else was I going to say? Your point about Cavani was massively important. Tonight's game, the points on that was really important. In regard, you didn't really talk about Gunnar too much, but I was glad to see the team the way it was. Bit of a chance, some of the guys, perfect. Didn't win, who cares? But the focus should be on the Europa League final, getting better kits for next season, and trying to win the league.
Hold on. I was going to ask you this question because that was a whole load of boring other nonsense, and it was more entertaining me talking about Phil Jones. So you should be ashamed of yourself there. But I'll ask you a question here to just liven things up a wee bit.
Sure.
Would you take a Chelsea versus Villarreal Super Cup?
Yes, definitely.
So you want to lose the final just so that City don't win the Champions League?
100%. No debate.
There's no debate on that.
No debate.
Are you sure?
100% certain.
There's no debate here. We can't talk about it right now live.
I don't even think. I don't think we need to, because like the one thing we can hold over City is the Champions League, and I love that they're battle jobs, and I love that Pep can't win it, and it's one thing that we can hold over them. Thank the Lord, Chelsea put them out of the FA Cup, because I would have been sick all over the place. So the fact that I care less about us winning the Europa League than them winning it. I would much rather they lost the Champions League than we won the Europa League. For pure bragging rights.
I'd love to see in the chat, put it in the chat, folks, whether you'd like to see, would you give up us winning the Europa League to make sure City don't win it? I think there is a debate there. I may be slightly on what you're thinking, but I don't think it's as clear cut as you do. I obviously have a family aspect of it where there's some members of my family are Chelsea fans, so I don't want to see them have the success. And also at the same time, Chelsea have already got a cup. I don't want them to see them have a second one. They're not that far off us, and the measure of success of a club can very easily be done by the Premier League titles and the Champions League titles. The Champions League title can make you into a massive club overnight if you end up winning it. So that's the point that I think I agree with you on City, but they're already a big club. Let's stop being a wee bit of idiots here. Let's not appreciate how big they're turning into. They're very young, but you can't.
No, the City are a rich club with a very good squad. They're not a big club.
They're a big club. They're
not a big club. Because they've never won. They've never won the Champions League.
Not yet.
Exactly.
But I've got to say also, if Chelsea win it, then there's no treble or none of that nonsense for City. So yeah, I'll take Chelsea, and I'll if anybody wants to do like a big large super chat on our channel, I'll wear a Chelsea top for that final. But
you won't.
Just leave it right there.
You definitely won't.
I know. We can't do super chats on our channel.
Here's a serious point for you, Bradley, right? It's something this came to my head earlier. This could be nonsense or not, but you see the way you're talking about leadership from Maguire and not seeing that in the pitch and the opportunity at Tottenham to do that, right? Do you think there's an element of, because of what happened to him in Greece and about the accusations, about the violence and about the attacking or sort of the police and the bribery and all that bad press? Do you think he's been advised, or he's trying to, even subconsciously, not to show aggression like that on the pitch, to try and deflect away from the mindset of maybe United fans or other fans that he is a bit of a hothead or a scumbag, or could bring up more press from the likes of the Sun, the Daily Mirror? Oh, Maguire's at it again. I've never heard that point. I actually come to that myself, and I'm thinking, do you know what? I might be right about that.
I don't think I think it's like an abstract thought, but if you really think it through, I'm not really sure it holds too much water, because I don't think if in the Tottenham game and that happens, and I keep using the example because it's the one that always sticks in my head and it frustrates me on a daily basis every time I'm watching United, at least. If he comes in piling into the defense of Martial, I don't think anybody's going, well, he must have done that in Greece to those benches. You know, that would be a ridiculous thing to say. You'd be laughed out of the building if that.
No, but
I would. I'd be
yeah,
cheering
yeah,
for him. I've said it before. That's all I want to see from Harry Maguire. If he's going to be our captain, and I think he is, because we don't have a choice over it. If he's going to be our captain, which he obviously is going to be, Ollie loves him. And I said before, the best ability is availability, and he
mm,
is probably the best statistically in the world at the minute in terms of that. So he's reliable. I just want to see more from him. He's our captain. I want to see
yeah,
more. He's had ample opportunity. You're wearing that armband. You can feel it. When you're wearing that armband, you feel it around your arm. If something's happening on the pitch and you go, what should I do? And you've got that squeezing around your arm and you don't do nothing, there's something wrong there. We need somebody else to do it.
yeah. True. No, I agree with your points on that. And again, I'm sort of I'm playing devil's advocate, obviously, but I would love them to be shouting the ball and grabbing people and everything else. But I think if you think about it, properly, I think if I think Ollie was probably a bit surprised by Bruno's leadership skills and his passion. Not completely surprised, but he probably, I think in hindsight, he is probably kicking himself thinking, if I only did it in another 6 months, I could have made Bruno the captain. You know,
It
because
would have been
I think he is our captain, really.
it would have been absolutely reckless, and it would have been perfect for this show. KG used to be a bit more reckless. He's getting older now. You know, he's getting a wee bit
Mm,
less reckless. So I've got to
he's
keep the recklessness going.
yeah,
But it would have been a bit reckless for him to go, right, Bruno, you have obviously got some cojones about you, and you're our best player on the pitch. You're my captain. It would have took a bit of extra special cojones, but I don't think anybody would have blamed him for it. I don't think anybody would
yeah,
turn around and
yeah.
went, Ollie, have you lost your nugget? What's going on there?
Mm,
But I think a
yeah,
lot of
no,
people are
fair enough.
questioning that. But well, we're over 2 hours here.
Jeebers.
KG, I don't know what he's got to say about this. I've run out of words. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for calling in, MD. Have you got a shout out to say for the folks?
Yeah, absolutely. Go and subscribe to UTD Fan TV, the best United fan channel there is, apart from the big class ones. But
like the
just one.
KG show.
I like AG, for example. Bert, are you going to be making an appearance on Bloods on Wednesday, or are you just sticking to Five Things Deep? Or
Unfortunately not, no. But that's a good little segue you've got there, folks. If you're watching, make sure you've liked this channel, subscribe to this channel, and if you've got like a bit of energy in your fingers, go in there, copy and paste my channel, our channel, me and Mark's channel there, and subscribe to that too. You get more of this absolutely world class banter. I'm literally been live for about 5 hours today. It's hard work for an old man like myself, but go on, like and subscribe. Make sure you've liked and subscribed onto this. Come on to the next show. The next show should be after the Liverpool game on Thursday. Come on, have your say. Let's talk some more nonsense about the Glazers. There's apparently another protest coming on Thursday. Let's hope that game actually does go ahead, but let's hope that that word is still spread and that nobody forgets. And I've said it at the start of the show, and I want to finish out the show. Glazers out. We didn't lose today because of the squad. We didn't lose today because of the tactics. We didn't lose today because of the manager or the fans or anything that the fans did. We lost today because of the Glazers.
here.
Get them out. Let's keep it going. If we beat Liverpool on Thursday 9-0, I want to hear Glazers out. So we'll call it a day on that, folks. Thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe to KG. Go on and watch Bloods. It's on Sky. It's on I think it's every Wednesday. KG's the main man in there. And come back for the next show Thursday after the Liverpool game. Folks, let's go. Inside. All right.